taking time to be more fully present.
Taking time for yourself. Let's walk, my friend. Tell me, how often do you walk? Walking is a great exercise. When we walk, we think about ideas. We can imagine our week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, I'm going to stay home. On Monday, I'm going to get up early and exercise. On Tuesday, I'm going to study English at voceaprendeagora.com. Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Today, you learn the top 10 words in English, the top 10 most used words in English, and the expression how often. We use how often to talk about frequency, to ask about frequency. Last class, we learned the WH questions, the most important questions in English. What, where, when, who, why. What do you do in the morning? Tell me. Talk to me. Where do you go on the weekends? Who do you call when you need to talk about your feelings? Why do you study English? You can tell me, Felipe, I study English because it makes me feel good. I study English because I know English is good for my brain. I study English because I like to watch things in English. I study English because I have a dream to go to the United States. I study English because there are opportunities for me to earn in dollars. There are a lot of benefits, a lot of advantages when we speak English. And you were here improving your English. So, to start this class, I'm going to read part of this book here to you. We Who Wrestle with God, written by Jordan Peterson. Very nice book, very deep analysis with biblical verses and mythological stories. Very, very, very nice reading. Listen to this. We are called to face the challenge. We need to face the challenge to build something that is not yet, but could be. We're oriented towards something that needs to become, something that is changing, something that can be changed. The things that are fixed become irrelevant and invisible. This paragraph is talking about the importance of evolving, the importance of changing. ourselves first. We should ask ourselves, what can I do? Ah, Felipe, there is little I can do at this point. Really? I believe we can do our best. Despite the obstacles, despite the challenges, we can improve a little bit, step by step. Exactly how you and I do here during our classes. We evolve step by step. You are made to face, to confront, to explore, to challenge yourself. Because you have taken this responsibility and you transformed it into a habit of attention and action. Maybe, eventually, you let yourself to accept this challenge, even when you were afraid of it. In this position, you are alert. You are aware of the possible problems, but you are prepared to move ahead. You are ready to duck, to attack, to adapt. This means you are in the ideal position. If you were able to deal with the horizon of the future, you are going very well. He's telling us we will have that cold in our stomach. We will be afraid. We will feel insecure. That's okay. That's part of the game. We need to move forward. We need to accept the challenge, to face the challenge. And we have God. We ask for His protection. We ask for His guidance. We ask for His mercy to help us navigate these seas. This part I'm going to read in Portuguese, and then you see the subtitles in English, okay? Listen to this. Quando fazemos um sacrifício, negociamos com o futuro. Abrimos mão de algo no presente pela fé de que nossa oferta será recompensada e com juros. O futuro é o horizonte de possibilidades não realizadas, o caos que prevalecia no início dos tempos, o potencial que ainda confronta nosso logos no aqui e agora, o reino dos problemas e das oportunidades, ou do dragão e do tesouro que eternamente nos confronta. Quando sacrificamos, quando trabalhamos, estabelecemos em essência uma relação contratual com essa possibilidade e, ao mesmo tempo, com a comunidade, com o nosso eu futuro mais elevado ou mais profundo, e com o próprio processo do tornar-se. Na prática, estamos fazendo um acordo. Abro mão de algo no presente. Como resultado, receberei algo melhor no futuro. Pode-se argumentar que esse acordo não é feito com Deus, mas com o mundo social, ou até mesmo com o patriarcado. What is he telling us? He's saying, look, I know going to bed early and leaving your cell phone away from you can be a challenge today. But if you make the decision and do it, tomorrow you get up better. I know it's hard sometimes to stand up and go for a walk, but if you delay the gratification of being in front of the TV the whole day, just watching things that are not positive, if you delay the gratification and go for the walk, you will feel better later. I know it's hard to say no to a chocolate, to something delicious, but if we delay the gratification, maybe tomorrow we will look in the mirror and feel better. He's talking about doing the sacrifice today to enjoy a better tomorrow. Sometimes English is not easy. Sometimes English has a lot of vocabulary and I don't remember the words. But if I sit down and pay attention here, if I isolate my distractions and pay attention to my class, tomorrow I will understand something else. It's the price of the sacrifice. We pay the price and we enjoy the prize. Here, he's talking about Cain, the son of Adam and Eve. In this part of the book, he's talking about failure, mistakes. We all make mistakes. And he's saying here, it was not the failure itself that generated the biggest problems of Cain's life. The divine emphasizes that it was the answer to the failure. Cain's biggest mistake was his answer to his failure. Instead of recognizing his mistake, correcting his ways, and improving the quality of his offers, instead of confessing, instead of regretting, Cain simply denies. And this increases his resentment. Peterson is telling us here, look, we will make mistakes, but let's recognize them as soon as we can. Let's say, oh no, I was wrong. Sorry me, pardon, I was wrong. Fix it as soon as you can. Let's recognize the mistakes and move to the right direction. Faith, humility, courage, despite all, still constitute the best strategy, the best way to follow. We all need to know how to extract the best out of a bad situation. Losing the faith in the Spirit and losing the faith of becoming something better is not a good strategy. All right, with this in mind, let's have some water. Let's isolate distractions, my friend. Airplane mode, 0 interruptions. I am 100% with you. If you can isolate distractions to enjoy this moment, please do it. I promise you, you are not wasting your time. This is yours, this is mine. Cheers, my friend. Let's move our body. Move your body, my friend. Move your legs. Move your arms. Move your hands. Move your neck. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Now, we're going to do this movement here. To the front and back. When you go back, squeeze your back and open your chest. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Together. Come on. You and I. Let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. Now let's extend our legs. Stable position. Let's extend our legs, okay? 5 reps for each leg, and I'm happy. Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Now let's stretch. Do this and stretch up, okay? Stretch, stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, stretch your chest, look up, open your arms, squeeze your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay. Let me have some water. Now let's breathe. We breathe in, we hold, and we breathe out. We breathe in the energy we need. We breathe in the wisdom we need to do what we need to do. To have the courage, the faith, the humility to learn. And we breathe out the worries. We breathe out the grudges. We breathe out the loads we don't need to carry. Sometimes I ask myself, do I need to carry this load? Come on, this is not mine. Let's go. Here we go. Stable position. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. All right. Are you ready? Of course you are. I love to see you here. I love to see your progress. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. How often? We use how often to ask about frequency. If you ask me, Felipe, how often do you exercise? I tell you, every day. I get up at 5:15, 5:30, then I go to the gym. I go to the gym every day. Felipe, how often do you eat out? I eat out every week. I go to a restaurant with my wife, Duda and Lulu. Every week we eat out. Felipe, how often do you work? I work every day. I work every week. I work every month. I work every year. And I love it. I really do. Remember, how often do you, and then you can use your imagination. How often do you think about your goals? I ask you, how often do you think about your goals? How often do you get up early? How often do you make your meals? How often do you work? How often do you study English? I also told you that I'm going to present you the top 10 most common words in English, right? The 10th is of. You are one of my best students. The 9th, that. That car is beautiful. That house is comfortable. It is good. It is nice. A. This is a good class. You are a good student. How often do you breathe? Three, two, one.
Hello, my friend. How often do you make mistakes? How often do you pay attention to your mistakes and try to fix them? Have a look the amount of mistakes I'm gonna make in 1 minute. How often do you exercise? How often do you take time for yourself? Three, two, one.
Hello, my friend. We're studying how often. To ask about frequency. How often do you say what you're feeling? How often do you think about your challenges? How often do you say sorry? We can answer the questions of how often in different ways. If you ask me, Felipe, how often do you spend time with your kids? I can tell you every day, every week, every month, every year. I can tell you once a day, twice a day. And we can also use the frequency adverbs. Frequency adverbs we get from 0% of frequency, never. And then we have hardly ever. Then we have sometimes. Then we have often. Often or frequently, it's the same. Then we have usually. And then we have 100% of frequency, always. These are the main frequency adverbs. I never disrespect my parents. I hardly ever go to bed late. Sometimes I am stressed, unfortunately. How often do you get stressed? Yeah, it's a challenge. I often call my parents. I usually have lunch with my kids. I always pay attention to what they are saying. These are the frequency adverbs. We use them to talk about frequency. And I am also telling you about the top 10 most used words in English, right? The top 5 are I, and, the, you, a. This fifth word is a conversation sound. Let me see. You ask me, Felipe, do you have lunch at home every day? I tell you, not every day. I have lunch at home twice a week. Okay? Now you use these frequency adverbs to answer my questions. How often do you meet your friends? How often do you have unexpected challenges? How often do you get up early? How often do you go shopping? How often do you do the laundry? All right, let's have fun. 3, 2, 1.
Today we sing 1,000 Years, sung by Christina Perry, chosen by our Forever VIPs, classic from the 2010s. Let's go. Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away. Standing in front of me, every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 please sing along. I would like to see you singing. Complete the lyrics, participate, comment here. Share this video with your friends. Hello, my friend. Welcome to nature. Forever VIPs, this is your home and we have our meeting here soon. How often do you take time for yourself? I asked one of the most brilliant minds of our times, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah, give some advice to our students. Listen to what she said.
I believe that one of the most valuable gifts you can give yourself is time. Taking time to be more fully present.
Taking time for yourself. Let's walk, my friend. Tell me, how often do you walk? Walking is a great exercise. When we walk, we think about ideas. We can imagine our week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, I'm going to stay home. On Monday, I'm going to get up early and exercise. On Tuesday, I'm going to study English at voceaprendeagora.com. On Wednesday, I'm going to have a light dinner. On Thursday, I'm going to call 2 of my best friends. On Friday, I'm going to watch a movie I like. On Saturday, I'm going to visit someone I love. How often do you go out? How often do you think about your plans? During this class, we studied the expression how often, the frequency adverbs, never, hardly ever, sometimes, often, usually, always. We also studied the top 10 words in English, the most spoken words in English. I, and, the, you, a, of, that. But I'm not sure if I'm giving the correct list. But you can see the list here. This is the magic of editing. And I also asked you the question, what can I do? We often ask ourselves this question, what can I do? We can do a lot. Yes, we can. I can give my best. I can meet my expectations. I can be better. I can get there. And while I don't get there, I enjoy my slow progress. It's slow, but it's progress. Last class, I shared with you a video talking about handwriting. Handwriting is slower than typing. Of course it is. We know it is. But when we stop and think about quality, it's a totally different game. Sometimes we spend time with people we love. But my question to myself is always, is this quality
time? Or it's just hours spent next to each other? At home, I try to isolate distractions so then I can pay attention to my wife, to my kids. It's not easy because we have this wonderful device, this wonderful tool here. But it's worth it. How often do you go offline? Comment here. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations. We're finishing one more class. And today you learned how to use the expression how often to talk about frequency. How often do you study with our classes? You can tell me. Every day. If you say every day, I am the happiest man on earth. But if you tell me once a week, I'm okay. Twice a week, great. Every morning, every afternoon, every evening. We talked about how often. We talked about frequency adverbs. Never, hardly ever, sometimes, often, usually, always. We talked about days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I also brought the top 10 words in English, the most common words in English, in the whole language. I, and, the, you, but, of, that. Do you want to know the 11th most common? Yeah. The 12th most common? No. Now it's your turn. Invent one sentence using these words. If you need to learn faster, if you feel that with our assistance you can grow faster, you feel more comfortable, talk to Hope. She's waiting for you. We are here to serve you. Be VIP at voceaprendeagora.com. It's really, really worth it. God bless you, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm Felipe Dib. See you next class.